Hello, everybody. My name is Miguel Carrillo. I will be summarizing the article Young People with Features of Gender Dysphoria, Demographics, and Associated Difficulties. This article presented today is educating us on the findings from a cross-sectional study of the demographic variables and associated difficulties in 218 children and adolescents who have features of gender dysphoria. The mean age was 14 and the participants ranged from 5 to 17 years of age. It is important to understand that the most common difficulties found among individuals with gender dysphoria were bullying at 47%, low mood depression at 42%, and self-harm at 39%. An interesting observation found was that self-harm was significantly more common in the natal females, where natal females are referring to the sex the individual is born into. Additionally, the associated difficulties became worsened with age, and it is important as clinicians to understand that an individual with GD has many associated difficulties and should all be addressed accordingly. This is an overview of some of the other findings during the study. It was reported that 42.7% of them first experienced gender dysphoria between 0 to 6 years of age, 34.9% between 7 and 12 years of age, and 17.9% between 13 and 18 years of age. 47.8% of the participants preferred to be referred to by a name other than their birth name. Also, for the 205 of the participants, 54.6 were living in their chosen gender full-time, 9.8 part-time, and 35.6 were not living in their chosen gender. Another finding in reference to sexuality, many of the natal females and natal males reported to be attracted to the opposite sex to the gender they identified as. This is important as it allows for us to further understand young people's sexual identity. A clinician should always be sensitive to their client's sexual identity. Some of the implications of this article, a clinician should be mindful of the associated difficulties that are linked to GD so that one may consider the factors to increase young people's strengths and resilience. It was found that it is important for one to have support and their support to be educated in the environmental factors such as schools, mental health such as suicide prevention, and simply to be a use of guidance and support. These are some of the national web resources that I came across. The first one associated with psychiatry.org. This resource provides an overview of what gender dysphoria is, and additionally, it provides an individual with a variety of resources. On this web resource, one can find relatable stories of other individuals, a link to find a psychiatrist in their area, and basically to find support groups as well. Lastly, it gives helpful information for patients and families on other relevant mental health information, given the fact that gender dysphoria is associated with other difficulties that an individual may face. On the second web resource, this web resource provides youth with information that may be helpful to them in regards to suicide, homelessness, and safer schools. It provides a link to frequently asked questions on what it means to be transgendered and tips on how to become a good ally to the trans community. Lastly, genderpsychology.org is a great resource as it highlights the different important topic areas that it provides to an individual. And it also doesn't only provide an introduction to gender dysphoria, but it also gives more relevant information on concerns in the trans community. It simplifies many of the terms associated, and it also provides a vast amount of resources. This is a great resource for individuals wanting to obtain a basic and general information before seeing a professional. Lastly is our reference page. Here you'll find our references to the resources that we used in order to create this presentation for you guys. I hope you find it informative, and thank you so much.